Hey guys, this is me, RashuFruitz, guys, and now today we will now be again, guys, reading our solar system with these things. And now, as we will also be assiduously using the Expodotials for this video to these things, guys. So later on RashuFruitz will for this video. I'll also be I'm telling you about what career paths you should do instead of worrying about instead of worrying about impersonates things and just crap like that. I'm RashuFruitz, alright? So now, and we will also be I'm calculating of how severe your stuttering is today, alright? And then we will try to make improvements on how your speech is, alright? And then like the last person said, instead of stuttering all the time, use your explosives. Not like that you don't stutter. You still stutter a lot though, okay? But just try your best to stutter less, alright? And then use more and then use more middly of your explosives as you have invented it. RashuFruitz. Alright, man. Alright, so now it's time to Residulitrize. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so let's get ready. And then now also RashuFruitz. These papers are for your Unusaine personalities. Grace RashuFruitz. Alright, so. Alright, yeah. So everything that you were thinking about the Unusaine personalities. What is going on, man? Stop. Alright, so. Okay, this is just cringy. What the freak is going on? Languagequlitrizing. What is this? It's not even nothing. This is serious stuff. Right, let's get we'll finish watching links. Links. Alright, now, for more. So now, as is COVID-19, we also need our hands sanitizer. Some of these things, sorry. Alright. So as is COVID-19, we have to also sanitize whenever we use, which is some of these things that we haven't touched in a long time because COVID could get out of it. Okay. Even for the I'm using impersonators and stuff. So what the freak is this television? Why is it blue? Is this crap blue? Get out for television 6. Alright, so now I'm like I was saying, guys. So now we will now I'm start with Residulitrize about stuttering. Severity tech today to these things. Severity techniques. Alright. So that means that we will also be calculating your stuttering severity today. Alright, RashuFruitz. Alright. And then after we calculate it, then just try to do better the next time, alright? So let's not read, right? Alright. So now Apollo asteroids are a small group and that swings in close to the sun. Alright. And may approach Earth in 1937. A small asteroid, Hermes. Okay, let me use a pencil to help me point out this stuff. Came within a million miles of Earth. That's a close brush in space. Will an asteroid ever hit Earth? And what would happen if it did? Some scientists think that asteroids or comets have hit our planet in the past and may hit in the future. They say that one such impact resulted in the extinction of the dinosaurs. And it was also due to climate change and stuff, bad stuff. and comets orbit the sun, but they are quite unlike planets. When a comet approaches Earth, it may look spectacular with a long, glowing tail stretching far across the sky. But comets don't always look like that. So far, your stuttering is decent because you're stuttering frequently. So I'm just gonna rate decent. So your stuttering RashuFruitz is decent right now. There could be a lot of improvements during that type of stuttering. So I'm just gonna write decent stuttering tag. Alright. So now, where was I at? Alright, yeah. When a comet sweeps toward the sun, it begins to change the pressure of sunlight and streams of particles from the sun. From the sun sweep dust off the comet's surface and evaporate some of the ice. Some of the ice. The dust and gas begin to glow and form first a halo called the coma, and then finally a tail which may stretch. And a strategy that you need to use during this is actually, I've heard somewhere around your speech therapy. You need to learn how to do catch, hold, and release. So now this therapy, this strategy means when you catch your stuttering, that means that you catch it, and then when you hold it, that means that you pause and hold your stuttering, and then when you release, that means that you start talking out of your block. So catch, hold, and release. That's the strategy that you need to use. Use this strategy every single day you talk to somebody. So right here. Use this strategy to release it right here. Catch, hold, release. So underlined, catch, hold, release. Then I'm just gonna write must use. If you have to remember it 1,000 times, remember 1,000 times. You need to remember the strategy, man. All right. Catch, hold, and release. All right. So, okay, so then the dust and gas begin to glow and form first a halo called the coma, and then finally a tail. And finally, a tail. New comets are discovered each year. New comets are discovered each year, and then most come from the region of ice objects in the Kuiper belt. And then other comets called long period comets arrive from an even more distant region in space called the Oort cloud. These comets can take as long as 30 million years to complete one trip around the sun. Far from the sun, a comet is just a dirty snowball. A frozen ball of ice a few miles wide, covered by a layer of black dust. This is a photo of Halley's or Halley's comet on its last visit to Earth. In 1986, the small dark body in the upper left is the comet's nucleus. Halley's comet's next visit to Earth is scheduled in 2062. 2062 to Residulitrize. We're casting it like. Meteoroids are small pieces of metal or rock that may have been swept off asteroids or comets. We can't see them in space, but when a meteoroid enters Earth's atmosphere, we see a bright streak of light flashing across the sky. Okay, let me write a little trace of how RashuFruitz Stuttering is doing it. And now with both hands. Just because I train myself to this. It's part of being a skillist. So, stuttering. So now RashuFruitz stuttering is close to average. Close to average now. So there is definitely a improvement. Alright. So now, from him going to decent to slightly average, which means that there was a slight result change. Alright. Saturn has one large moon and medium sized moons. Among its 56 satellites, most of Saturn's moons are ice covered and marked with craters. This picture of Saturn and some of its moons was made from a number of photographs taken by Voyager. Saturn is partly hidden by the moon Dione. Enceladus and Rhea are off in the distance to the upper left. Thetis and Mimas are off to the lower right. Titan. In Saturn's largest moon is far away at the top right and in the inset photo. Titan is bigger than the planet Mercury in 2006. The Cassini spacecraft discovered that Enceladus is shooting out a giant plume of water vapor. The discovery has led scientists to believe that this moon of Saturn might have a liquid resistant ocean chemotransport under its icy surface to resistant. Titan Chiller is the only moon to resistant within the solar system chemotransports known to have an atmospheric resistance. On January 14, 2005, the European Space Agency's Huygens probe reached the upper layer of Titan's atmosphere until resistance and landed on the surface after a parachute descent of 2 hours and 28 minutes. The probe found that Titan's atmosphere is mostly nitrogen gas and covers the surface with a thick haze. A world unlike any other. Now for your stuttering, RashuFruitz, I'm not RashuQuilitrized. I'm not RashuQuilitrized. Stuttering. Stuttering has now, well, actually, no, Stuttering actually got a bit worse. So, from slightly average. Drop back down to lower now than decent. So that also means that RashuFruitz stuttering is now lower than decent, which means it is almost entering that severe stage, which for multi-listenings, which we cannot enter Qulitrized anymore to listenings, because we will now be using our Expodotials now, which over generalizes the stutterings, dysphonia, which we use the Expodotials. So stuttering is lower than decent. Okay. A world unlike any other is how scientists describe Neptune's moon, Triton. Neptune has at least 13 moons, 2 large ones and 11 smaller ones. Triton is the biggest, about 1,700 miles across, nearly the same size as our moon. Triton is colder than any other object ever measured in the solar system. Large parts of the satellite look like the rind of an orange, with gigantic cracks running across the surface. Triton has geysers that shoot ice 5 miles from these things. High Residulitrize to its stick there may be water under the ice on Triton. Now, as in for your stuttering is now getting back up there to, at least now it's not average, but it's higher than decent. So we will now regularize higher than decent. And shortly entering average levels. So that means that therefore the listenings, your stuttering listenings is entering that average stage listenings. Alright, RashuFruitz, and now I'm telling you about being a skillist RashuFruitz. Now, first of all, the definition of skillist means a person who has many skills that are all advanced and that they work, extremely hard to get those skills and stuff. But now, as you have 2 skills so far with your Expodotials, which is the Languagequlitrizement that you have invented. And then the second one is your superpower, pretty much. The Unusaine personalers, which means like the Unusaine means of when it's like when the Unusaine is triggered and it activates, then the user or like the holder of the Unusaine or like the host of the Unusaine starts to walk sideways. It is dependable upon the tolerances upon the person, upon the type of Unusaine personalers, because now you have made 2 more Unusaine personalers. So that means that 3. That means that in all there is 3 Unusaine personalities. As I will also like Qulitrized respect to listenings of your Unusaine personalities. So here's the paper that you wrote on about them. So The first unusual personality skills. One walks sideways, left and right. So that means that from both angles. And then I think they should learn how to walk backwards sideways, which I guess you can try out. But you figure out these things. Right? Now, second skill to these knows how to get around things. Yes, which comes from their exceptional visualization skills, and the third skill hits. All right, so the first or the original unusual impersonators, it hits. They hit inside of every angle. So I mean from left, right, back. So I mean from left to right, then straight or forward and back. All right. So I mean from north, west, east, and south. Yeah. All right. And then so attacks in every single angle. Alright, then the last skill senses negative activity. So that means that when somebody is doing a bad thing, the Unusaine sense kill choices that, and then the Unusaine brings the host that holds the Unusaine to the negative activity to stop it. And then now the second I'm using personal skills. Now this one can walk sprinted backwards and know where to go, as if they had eyes on the back of their heads. Which they don't, but again, it's probably because they visualize. And then now, the second skill that the second unusual persona has is that it can multi-hits. So that means that it can use two powerful weapons simultaneously. I mean, not simultaneously, but crossfully. Yeah, like crossfully. And now, the third skill of the second unusual persona is that waxing not the second one yet. So that means that the multi-cross hit for the second unusual personality is that it uses two powerful weapons, and then it then when it hits somebody or something, then uses one of the two powerful weapons at each single hit. Now the last skill of the second unusual personality is that it has to only hit inside of a 360-degree angle, which is restricted. But that means that it must have good, contacting skills as well, like good contacting, so it doesn't miss a lot. And now for the last unusual personality, the third one, which is not activated like easily. This one activates when one of the two or even both unusual personalities are tempted or attacked, like interrogatingly. So now this one is the most powerful unusual personality because it can process any of the skills that the other original for the first one or the second one has, and then they can turn it into double of it. And then now the third unusual personality, it can see. So now the third unusual personality sees its colors, presence, and surroundings differently. So that means that it can see that it sees different colors than the average person and the unusual personality would see. And now so the first skill of the strongest and last and the third unusual personality is that it sees different. That the way of how it sees its colors, presence, and surroundings is different. So it sees different colors. It in a sense like people's presence differently, and it sees its surroundings differently. And then two can't triple hits. So that means that it uses two powerful weapons. And that means it can even use like a powerful bow, like Power 5 in Minecraft or something like that. Like that means that it uses two powerful melee weapons, and then like one powerful bow, and after it hits them with the powerful bow, then it immediately gets back to two powerful weapons, melee weapons, and it starts hitting at each time. And then now that's the second skill of the last unusual personality. And then now the third one knows. And now the last unusual personality of the third one's third skill is that it knows your every single action that you commit. So all of your action, so it knows every single action and every attempt that you try to do at it, or that you do to anybody else. So that means that it senses every single action that you commit, and every single attempt that you try doing. And then something that it also has, like its fourth skill, which is not really a skill, it's actually something that it has that is like that it becomes a part of the last one. That it has glowing, tempted, sallow eyes. And then those eyes are the eyes of the unusual one, which gives it all of its power. And then its fifth skill, which is the last one, is that it perceives information 20 times faster 20 times faster than all of the Unusaine personalities, which means that it processes information 20 times, like 100 times faster than the average person, like the average Minecrafter person, and then 20 times faster than a Unusaine personality. Yeah, so do not trigger, guys, the last Unusaine personality, because the last one, that one is something that you cannot run away from. That thing will chase you down until you die. Whether you like where it's like behind you, it then hits you down into like a ravine or a cave or something like that. You die from falling down too hard, hitting the ground too hard. But the last Unusaine personality, it will like chase you until you die. No matter how well you die, until you just die. Like when you starve to death or get killed by another player, or like a monster in Minecraft. But again, do not awaken the last Unusaine personality, because then you may ask, if it is not awakened, then where's it at? Where it is at is that it lies within the it lies at the end points of the Unusaine that is passed down within the whole host that holds the Unusaine power and skill, like the advanced skill. So like where it is that the last Unusaine personality, like the third one, is that it is at the ending point that ties up within the Unusaine, and then it is activated when one of the two or both Unusaine personalities have been tempted, and then that one will awaken within one of them, or it takes over the whole host. And then a bad thing about that is that it takes over the whole host of who has the Unusaine. It's that like it takes over their body, and they cannot see or talk or do anything. It's just that like they are paralyzed within their own body. So do not trigger the last Unusaine personality. And that is the biggest downside of having the Unusaine, is that when you get it, then this ending point, like the last Unusaine personality, is that endless beast. Even if it dies, it will come back for you. It just like tries to kill you no matter what. No matter what time of the day it is, it always comes back. It comes back every single few minutes, probably even seconds. So do not awaken that thing. Do not even mess. Listen, first of all, do not even mess with the Unusaine personalities as they are already in general, because they all possess powerful skills. But it's just that the last one is the most fastest, quickest, and strongest, and endless than any of the other two Unusaine personalities. So do not mess with any of them in general. First of all, to start with, because the first two Unusaine personalities are already as powerful as they are. First of all, and if you think that they're that powerful, then why would you mess with the last one? You can only know of what that one possesses. So yeah, do not mess with the Unusaine personalities of any kind, especially not the last one, because the last one will take you out. It will always find you somewhere, and it will always get rid of you. So do not awaken that one, okay? Ever. Do not even lay a hand on the Unusaine personalities. Just let them live their lives, please. Just let them live their lives, and let them make this place a more futuristic place, and make more Unusaine personalities, for the neutrals of this world. Alright. And then that is into Residulitrize. And now, as in for you, RashuFruitz. Now, as in for you, RashuFruitz, stop and personally worrying about your T levels and stuff. Like listen, it takes care of itself, right? And listen. Other than that, be a skillist. And again, if you forgot what a skillist is, a skillist is a person. Well, as we call it, a skillist. It's not really called a skillist in the real world, but we call it a skillist. But a skillist is a person who has many skills that they use for good or even bad sometimes, that they have taught themselves to do. But now the Unusaine personality RashuFruitz, that is your invention, and the Expodotials is also your invention. So use those for the just to for neutral things in life. Not for the good or for the bad. RashuFruitz. But yeah, man. So let's go. Okay, well we were actually not even done some Residulitrize, but let's just read. All right. All right, so now Earth's crust is constantly changing. Earth's crust is constantly changing. This is a photograph of a mountainous area in the western United States. Mountains are pushed up by pressures within the earth. Cracks in the rocks called faults run through the crust. The rocks also wear away. Gravel washes down from the tops of mountains into the valleys below in the winter. Ice breaks up rocks also. Alright. And after this, we will be done to these things, guys. And then, in the weather, ice breaks up rocks. People also change the land by farming or by shifting the course of rivers to provide water. They dig for rocks and minerals and use them to build roads and cities. Alright. Alright, so now we're now done, guys. So see you guys soon. Bye.